Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it, bringing you another video, and in this video, we are going to be going over an analysis video. No trade review video this week. I only took one trade this week, only really worked 3 days this week, to be honest. Wednesday, what was Wednesday? Um, Tuesday, we had no power, so I couldn't trade. But then Thursday, we had football practice, so just had a couple beers with the team, got home, and continued the drinking. So didn't really want to drink and trade. So that's a good one. Drink and trade. Drinking and driving, but drinking and trading. There you go. Don't drink and trade, everybody. You can have one or two beers, but after 4 or 5 beers, it's best probably to step away from the charts. But let's get straight into this. USD Canadian. Let's do an analysis. Let's try to go over the daily time frames, and I want to talk to you guys USD CAD, the dollar, and gold and silver. Gold and silver is an interesting play. I want to talk to you guys about that one too at the end. Okay, for USD Canadian, this is my daily supply zone. I made a tweet about this and a TradingView post on this one. I really like this supply zone drop-based drop and drop-based rally demand zone. And I like them because of their leg outs. Look how strong the leg out is going. That's telling me that there's a serious imbalance in this location down here and up here as well, because this takes a shit ton of money for prices to drop from all the way up there to down there. Honestly, all the way down here, it takes a lot of money, right? So I'm assuming if they saw value here before, why shouldn't they see at least some type of value up there again when prices do arrive up there, right? So one thing I am keeping my eye on is what's happening right now, right? So if prices come back up into it, I would be careful of whatever this is, just junk buying area. But when prices come up, I'm going to be looking at maybe a smaller time frame supply zone, trying to catch sells up in here, right? And same thing down here. If prices do come back into my daily demand zone, I don't think I should be selling anything on the 5 minute, 1 hour, or 4 hour supply zones. I should be buying, right? Because I'm located in a daily demand zone, right? Trying to stack those probabilities in my favor. So I like this drop-based drops demand zone because we also actually removed a drop-based drop supply zone. Okay. For me personally, I see the trend as up. Why? Because we removed supply and we can draw an upward momentum line. So any shorts will be a counter trend. Okay, but I do like that supply zone. Let's talk about the dollar now. I don't want this to be too long. I also made a tweet and a TradingView post, I believe, talking about this US dollar. I think we talked about this 4 hour drop-based rally demand zone and these supply zones up here. So let's talk about why my eyes went to these supply and demand zones. Okay. Actually, I have a whole tips video on the supply and demand methodology, so you can feel free to check out that on my tips playlist on my YouTube, or go through the free little mini course of supply and demand that I just launched 2, 3 weeks ago. A lot of you guys are enjoying it. I've gotten feedback from it. I'll make some revisions in the future, but so far it looks excellent. Everybody says they love it. Very good. So I look forward to adding to that maybe down the road. So let's get started. Here on the 4 hour DXY, my eyes went to this rally-based drop supply zone. Why? Because we were breaking upward momentum line like this. We removed all this type of demand. So that's telling me, you know what, there is a large stack of sellers somewhere up in here. So I would be interested in looking at selling this thing if prices come back up in here, because it took a lot of work for prices to actually to break these demand zones and break upward momentum, right? It takes a lot of sell orders up in here. So does that mean that this supply zone is going to be the zone that goes all the way back down here? Maybe not. No. But all I'm trying to do is maybe catch a smaller time frame short somewhere up in here, up in this location, because we're located higher time frame supply zone. And I actually talked about that in the course, the free little masterclass mini course. So I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to join. Here is that demand zone, drop-based rally demand zone. That worked out pretty well. Why did I like this one? Because of the leg out. Very strong leg out. continued that trend up, so I'd want to be buying pullbacks back down here. Okay, and then ultimately I'm looking down here for this drop-based rally demand zone because I believe this is a daily demand zone down here. Yeah, I actually really like that demand down here. It's been tested, but actually we could go into this analysis right here. We have a drop, base drop, base drop, base drop. We have basically 3 drop-based drops in a row, so that's going to give me the ability to consider the market overextended. We actually talked about this in the group. Drop, base, drop, base, drop, base, drop, base, drop. We have 3, basically 4 drop-based drops in a row, and we have that drop-based rally demand zone. We removed supply, we broke downward momentum, so I'm assuming that this thing's going to slingshot back up. Not all the way up here, right? But I know buyers are located down here. Strong rally up, prices drop for basically 2 weeks straight, just nonstop dropping, right? And now we're getting that elastic band effect, right? Now prices are snapping back in a range right now. Okay, so let's get into gold and silver. And I think gold and silver is really interesting right now because I think we can better see it on GC. Let's start with silver because silver looks like gold about 30 days ago. I basically talked about this right when it started to happen because here on the daily time frame, we broke upward momentum. This is my momentum, my trend line. We broke it, so that creates supply up here. We have supply up there, and then we still have demand down here, right? So those are my 2 daily supply and demand zones. Daily supply up here, daily demand down here. We broke upward momentum, so we're in a range. You would be buying low, selling high, right? So something I noticed is we are also sitting inside monthly, weekly supply zone. Here's the monthly time frame on gold, right? Monthly supply, do you see that? Rally base drop, strong drop. Obviously a lot of sellers up in here. Weekly time frame, you can see those weekly zones. I know I've talked about them in the past. We talked about this drop base drop and then this rally base drop, saying it's a weekly monthly supply zone. We broke upward momentum, so what are we going to assume that might happen? You know, price is going to turn. We have demand still holding, and we have supply up here. Now, if we go to gold, basically what I was saying is, you know, we could be buying pullbacks down here and selling pullbacks up here. So if we compare this to actually gold, hopefully this is still drawn. Nice. So as you can see, this is the gold chart on the futures. Silver looks exactly like the gold chart minus 30 days ago, right? What did we see here on gold? Prices coming up into monthly supply, right? Rally base drop monthly supply. What did we see happen on the daily time frame? We saw the break of upward momentum. If you guys actually go back into my trade reviews, I guess maybe about a month ago, I'd say just over a month ago, I probably posted a trade review video talking about the gold futures selling up in here. We broke upward momentum. We have demand holding down here, right? So therefore we create supply. We have demand holding right here. So I was saying, okay, we'll just play the range. Buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, right? We're inside monthly supply. We broke daily upward momentum. We have daily supply up here, daily demand down here, right? Going sideways. So we go back to silver and it literally looks the exact same, doesn't it? Minus 30 days. So does that mean it's going to do the exact same thing? No, but they're both inside supply. They both broke upward momentum. You know, I'm just playing this range, and I think that's what we tried to be doing this week. I know last week we were talking about, we actually talked about this supply zone right up there because prices were coming up into daily, weekly supply, and we noticed prices broke upward momentum, removed demand. So we were actually, I think some people caught that short there. I think there was another opportunity. Where was it? Here on the 15-minute. I get where it is. Maybe it was on gold. Hold on. I know it was here. I think it was this. I think it was on gold though. There was like a sell like that. Um, Maybe it was on gold, I think. But anyways, I think some people in the group were getting short now. It looks bad on this chart, but people are selling this pullback. And then stop losses were, I think they would have to be, yeah, above this. It looks bad on this chart, man. I don't like it on this chart, but on my chart it looks like that. But anyways, besides that, I will let you guys go with that. Thank you so much. Relax, have a good weekend, have a couple beers, have a couple bottles of wine, smoke a joint if you want to. Do whatever you got to do to unwind, relax, get away from the charts. All right? Cheers, guys.